Not long ago, we actually were told that Katiso'S sister was actually, dealt with the words that we can't use. But yeah, it has been alleged that it is the Mkhwanazi's team that, handled her in an appropriate way. Yeah. So I did a video about that. But I can tell you now, there's an article that has been released by Ipid Press. The article says, Ipid prop alleged Torture and the assault of Katiso'S Stster's Molefe's relative by police. We said that, very interesting, the timing of everything was very interesting to us. Still, I am saying the timing of everything is very interesting. But for now, we're not going to argue that. Let's read this. Independent Police Investigative Directorate has confirmed that police are aware of the case and are investigating the arrest of the three. The Independent Police Investigative Directorate, Ipid, confirmed it was investigating the arrest. This is Ipid. This is what they said. Yes, Ipid is investigating some of the cases you have acquired about, says the spokesperson Lizzie, in response to a written question from City Press this week. So, it appears like, from a distance though, it appears like the group of Abokati, so the group of Abokeniknene, they were like, yeah, not we need an average. I mean, we need to leverage on something. You know what I'm saying? We need to leverage on something. It doesn't appear like one of those genuine cases where you know that police acted inappropriately in handling one or two or three or four people there. It did not, or it does not strike me of one of those cases, but something that do strike me as something that really is genuine, it's this. If you're not yet subscribed, what are you waiting for? Because to subscribe, it is free. To like the video, it is free. To comment in the comment section below, it is free of charge. To like the video, it is free of charge. You can also join, click the join button, become a member of this YouTube channel. You will pay from as little as 20 Rand a month. You can also make use of the Super Thanks button. You can donate from as little as 20 Rand a month as we proceed. Okay, now let's proceed again. Ipid had some interesting things to say, and this is what they said. The spokesperson, by the way, Ipid said, Ipid's position is that we need to allow the commission process to unfold, and thus we will not comment on the investigation related to the mandate of the commission. The three complainant is Sindiswa Nyangule, Lebo Molefe, and Itumeleng Fana Baloyi were arrested by the South African Police Service Organized Crime Unit under Major General Maxwell Khumalo. They were arrested on various locations in Gauteng between 16 to 17 December last year. In an affidavit filed through their former lawyers, BDK attorneys, the complainant detailed horrific act of torture involving teasers that caused open wounds on their upper bodies and breast. Photograph attached to the affidavit show wounds and bruises across their bodies. Doctors examined report in the City Press position confirmed that all three were severely injured. Now, the problem here is that, please note that they were arrested under Major General who? Is it not the political killing task team here? I don't know if you noticed that one. It's Maxwell Khumalo, Major General Maxwell Khumalo. So where does Mkhwanazi How does Mkhwanazi fit in all of this? Let's listen. Let me read this part. But I want you to have that in mind. How and where does Mkhwanazi fit in all of this? But let's listen to this one. Nyangula, who described herself as TK permanent partner in her affidavit, told the press this week that they had withdrawn BDK attorney service because they could not afford the legal cost. This was collaborated by Johan Ekstien, one of DBK's attorney directors. In her affidavit, Lebo, who lives in Mapetla, Soweto, described how police investigators humiliated her when they arrived while she was in a restaurant in Maponya Mall with 3 young family members who she had taken out for a treat. According to Lebo's own statement, she was having lunch with her brother's 3 children at a restaurant in Maponya Mall about 3 p.m. on Monday in December 2023 when she received a phone call. The caller identified himself as Detective Mashako and asked her location, which she provided. Half an hour later, Mashako arrived with 2 champions, two companions, and inquired about her brother, like his whereabouts. Before questioning, she accompanied them. Hey, at this moment, my interest is Mkhwanazi utsena kai. Political killing task team batsena kai. Cause Kenningnene Road, Mkhwanazi's thugs. Where are they? Tell me that. Oh, I should read everything. Because I wasn't intending to read everything. But maybe let's read this part from Lebo Molev. She says, I requested that they allow me to finish attending to the children aged between 3 and 15 as we had already ordered food. But they refused and were already becoming aggressive. They demanded that we leave immediately. Okay, so they left immediately. I'm trying to see here. I'm trying to see indeed. And I'm searching where does Mkhwanazi fits in. Right? I don't know. I can't see any. Maybe this part will tell. As this was happening, they kept asking me about the whereabouts of Lucky. When I responded that I didn't know, slapping and beating became worse. They said they will kill me. Some brought a taser and they shocked me all over my body, even between my legs. It was terrible. I was terrified, she says in an affidavit. This is the worst experience that I've ever suffered in my whole life. I did not believe that a human being could treat another like that. On the day I was awakened by the loud banging door. Oh, okay, wait. We'll talk about it. We'll get into this one. Again, there is no Mkhwanazi, nor the political killing task team at this particular juncture. None whatsoever. But people were quick to say Mkhwanazi's thugs. Okay, maybe let's read Nyangule, who said, Nyangule, who was taken from her four-ways home on the 17th of December 2014 at about 5:15 p.m., she said she will never forget what she says when near-death ordeal that she endured for 6 hours. On that day, I was awakened by a loud banging on my door. When I opened the back door, I was confronted by 9 people wearing armed uniforms, masks, and balaclavas. They did not even have a search warranty, but they turned my place upside down looking for Lucky. They shouted at me, took my 3 phones and threatened me with death Nyangula wrote in an affidavit. They electrocute my hands, breast, and thighs, even my vagina, because I opened my legs as I withheld the pain. I became dizzy and they took me back to the chair, Nyangula says. The police kidnapped and tortured me despite telling them I didn't know where he was. I requested that their abuse of power and unlawful conduct be investigated. Right. I was sleeping when I heard footsteps outside. Okay, Moloi. This is Moloi now. Sorry. I was sleeping when I heard footsteps outside my door. When I opened the door, I was confronted with several armed men shouting that they were looking for Lakemolefe. When I later counted, there were 12 men. They took me to one of their cars and made me sit on the vehicle floor with my head bent down, which was very painful and made it difficult for me to breathe. They threw water over my body, punched me, and kicked the whole body. Right. This is what Umoloi says. My family had to take me to Alberton Netcare Hospital that night, where I was admitted in intense care at approximately 2 a.m. No person should be treated like that, and those responsible should be held accountable, says Itumeleng Moloi. Now, in all of what I've just read, I am trying to understand, as per the use Mkhwanazi's thugs would have suggested that Mkhwanazi has everything to do with that. But upon reading all of this, really, I don't find anything. I think here, the story should have read that we were once arrested by police who did 1, 2, 3, and 4. We want justice for that. And me sitting here, I can't speak. I can't really say that did not happen. But mostly, like, I was more interested to know if Mkhwanazi has anything to do with that, or his political killing task team. Right. Remember, you can't say the special force belongs to Mkhwanazi. The special force belongs to the South African Police Service, not Mkhwanazi. Mkhwanazi is not the special force. In other words, you will find that the special force, some members are in Cape Town, some are in Joburg, some in KZN, because they are not Mkhwanazi. It's like you can't say police belongs to Fanema Semola. No. Fanema Semola happens to be the leader of police, but police doesn't belong to him. He is soon going to retire, leave it to somebody else, just as a proof that police doesn't belong to him. So, whatever grievances you have, do you have it against Mkhwanazi or against the organization called South African Police Service? Clear. So if you have accusation against the organization, then Mkhwanazi's name should not be in the picture, because people wearing political special force uniform does not mean that these are Mkhwanazi's team. No, these people, even Mkhwanazi, when he joined them, he was joining an organization that already existed within the South African Police Service, or a special unit, not an organization, rather a special unit within the South African Police Service that already existed. It has nothing to do with Mkhwanazi. At least if to me, if I was told that these people were sent by Mkhwanazi, they came from Mkhwanazi's team, then it makes sense. But as long as you're seeing a person wearing a police uniform or camouflage or whatever, doesn't mean they belong to Mkhwanazi. Let's read Umerita Haas commenting on police, torturing people. Something that I can't defend. Really, I can't defend that. They are saying, or she's saying, the incident where you are talking about are probably just the tip of the iceberg. There are visual no conviction when such cases are reported. I know this from personal experience. Even when there is good medical evidence, cases are mishandled. In those few incidents, where disciplinary action is taken, it's slapped on the wrist like a written warning or a salary suspension for a month or two, Meritaha says. Police often use plastic bags near suffocation, as it is not as obvious as beatings, which requires proper medical diagnosis. Right? I can't defend the police there. They have been accused of this crime for a very long time, so I cannot defend them on this one. What we are questioning is the enthusiasm and the energy and wanting to put Mkhwanazi in it by the likes of Abu Kanignen. That is what becomes questionable, right? That we cannot question. You know that the issue of police handling people that way, and sometimes going as far as searching people without a search warranty, it's a common thing to an extent that there's this other thing that also is becoming a pandemic, and that is, how best can I say this? There are people who are complaining about this. You will be stopped by police who will search your car. Suddenly there is unlawful item found in your car, right? And then you get arrested. Did you hear that? You get stopped, your car is searched, suddenly there's an unlawful item found in your car. Or the other tactics is that you get searched here. After being searched, you get released. As you are driving, not far from where you are, maybe just a distance near, another group of police stopped you to search you, and then they discover this illegal item in your vehicle, and then you get arrested. You know what happened? There is a guy, I saw a video. Somehow, something tells me it's somewhere on Free State, but I'm not sure. Some of you will remember the video if you came across this video, where this guy caught a police officer dropping something. I think it was substance that cannot be named. And this guy recorded this police and said, "You want to end my life. You want to destroy my life. What do you think you don't think about my children. So if I'm arrested for these things now, what about my family?" Do you remember a video? Did you ever come across such a video? So it's difficult to speak for the police officers, because we do know that they are suspect. In fact, I once watched a video from a YouTube channel called Network Agenda. It's about ex-convict. One of the ex-convict was a former police officer who also spoke about this thing of, this thing that they do to people, putting plastics and all the stuff. That guy confessed to those things. So it's difficult to defend police officers. It's very difficult. I don't want you to think that we're defending them. No. We know that there's suspicious behavior from those guys, from the men and women in blue uniform. We know there's suspicious behavior there. We know, as a matter of fact. What we have a problem with here is the coincidence. What a coincidence, Miss Malefa. Boom! Evidence found, everything. Hey, ma'am. I hope it's not a nice way to get back to, or to try and hit Mkhwanazi. And if it is, ma'am, I don't think you guys are winning. You just have to accept that. I doubt you are winning. But yeah, you guys tell me your thoughts and your opinion about everything that we've just spoken about in this episode. Will you even dare defend police officers? Will you? And I'm serious. I'm asking you very, very, very serious. Will you even dare defend police officers? But then, equally so, what's your take about the fact that they are saying Oh, the timing of everything here by the Molefe family and the others.